everybody. This is Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is October 6th, 2024. And today my guides wanted me to do a reading on the brief that Jack Smith just filed. I'm going to read, actually, I'm going to cheat instead of grabbing it from memory, what the brief was all about. So this is from US News. The judge in former Donald Trump's 2020 election subversion case unsealed a 165-page court filing, giving readers a comprehensive look at the evidence prosecutors have obtained in their effort to prove Trump's attempt to subvert the transfer of presidential power in 2020. The filing, which was submitted under seal last week by special counsel Jack Smith, is an effort to convince Judge Tanya Chutkan that Trump's actions following the 2020 presidential election are those of a candidate and not a president, and thus are not protected by the recent Supreme Court immunity ruling, and the indictment should proceed to trial. And it's wow. Even with being redacted, it's huge in the information and the people that have taken part, and just the heinous actions nationwide and also statewide and locally in terms of amping up and ramping up, I should say, the Republicans' attempt to steal this election coming, to subvert it, as well as what happened from before 2020, obviously. And, this is in response to the Supreme Court ruling on immunity, which they really didn't determine what uh, when a president would have immunity or not. Specifically, they left it up to Chutkan. They sent it back, and this is in response to that. So there's all kinds of people involved, and even though those names were redacted, or some of them, it's all coming out now. And I included a list of those people who, uh, individual number one and number two, etc. The list is there. And if things go by too quickly, oh, I should say in the intro, if things go by too quickly, just pause, pause your computer or your phone and have a look. And then you can start it. FYI. I mean, not that you wouldn't know that, but sometimes you might not think about that. So, and if anybody wants a copy of that, I'll give it to them. Just email me, sacredfirepsychicreadings@gmail.com. Okay. I'm using the Cero Marchetti Gilded Tarot for the reading, and we're going to have Queen of the Moon Oracle cards, or a card from this deck for the Oracle card reading, and of course, always a musical interlude at the end. You think it's kind of like died down, and then boom, it's even more. Because oh my God, there is so much to be revealed. And so the devil, of course. And we all know that's Trump, and this isn't just representing Trump, and always Putin behind Trump, like Putin's the puppet master. But everybody involved in a lot, probably all of those people are also behind Project 2025, orchestrating this attempt to subvert the 2020 election and continuing to try to subvert the 2024 election. And also Three of Pentacles. So this is the plot, the conspiracy that we're talking about, and the Sun. So here's Jack Smith and his colleagues bringing the sun, bringing light on exactly what happened here and what is happening, who's responsible, what the intent is, and that kind of thing. So, and I'm not sure, but maybe the money that also, I would imagine the money that also funded it, like what the true root of it is. So the sun is shining on this nefarious plot to take over our democracy, install a false president, uh, namely Donald J. Trump. And above, we have judgment, judgment that goes so well with the sun. Yes, bringing down judgment. This is also Judge Chuckin, as well as this justice. Finally, justice here for people that have previously hidden in the shadows. Um, Again, with this energy, how fitting that we're having major solar flares, encased in solar flares, if you look at imaging of it, and the sun is playing such a huge role. And then the next card here is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is Jack Smith and the Justice Department doing due diligence, doing its work to bring this about, and so much work and so much time, but and focus and energy to bring this about, and it is pretty thorough. That in brief, if you want to call it that, that Jack Smith submitted. It's 165 pages. So in the past, we have the Tower. This is the planned coup and the continuing attack on our democracy. Below, Seven of Pentacles. So my guides say this card in this context means that there's many charges here, many aspects to this, and many charges coming down, uh, and enough. Here's the Eight of Swords to incarcerate the people involved, including Donald J. Trump. There's enough evidence here. Yes, I believe this. It just doesn't point to charges, but evidence. Sorry about that. Yeah. And here we go. And then in the future, Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands. This is an end. Both are ending cards. This is what my guide says. The end of this plot. The end of this coup attempt, and also the end of MAGA, and also this uh, investigation. Here we go. It's casting a wide net. And one of the reasons it's taken so long, besides Trump himself, oh, as always, like shooting himself in the, oh, sorry to use that analogy, but um, messing himself up. I'll just say that. Because all of this could have taken place in March. This trial was supposed to take place in March, and then his slick attorneys got involved, and uh, back and forth, and within that time is that when it went to the Supreme Court. But because of for whatever reason, because of the delay, now it's like right before an election that all this is coming out. This would have been old news, but no. And it's perfect divine timing, I would have to say. Here we have this card would really reflect that. It's a great archetypal card for that divine timing. So now Trump is complaining, like, you can't do this. This is right before the election interference. Ironically, so ironic unintentionally, isn't he? But nope, it's all coming down now. Perfect timing, and it's casting a wide net. So as many people as they could, and this is MAGA itself, I believe, is going to be caught up in this trial, and the result is this card, which is Ten of Swords, which is the ending. It's really like a death card, and this person on the ground is brought down by his own swords. He created this situation. And I don't know if you can see, there's deer here. There's a deer watching. This is us, the American people, watching this in real time, which we are, right? It's happening. And then the clarifying card is the nine of, or I should say, the nine of wands, and here we have the five of swords. So this is really just reflecting this attempt, this opposition to our democracy, and the attack on it. That's really, what Jack Smith's uh, brief is about, and the outcome here is death. This is complete. This isn't just a fragmented uh, event or a process. This is going to completely uh, bring a death knell to this attempt to take over our country, this coup, via violence, via gaslighting, via this aggressive attempt to subvert our democracy. The end. This is bringing death. So that is the reading that my guides wanted me to do. My guides choose these cards, and I see them psychically, and then let you know what they say about them. Uh, well, October surprise, for once it's the Democrats given the October surprise. And it's Trump is just deteriorating more and more. And I do believe that people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the Freedom Caucus and all those guys are going, they're going to see their day. I don't believe they're going to get away. But it's just so many people were involved, so much money was put into this by foreign actors, and you know the grifts and everything that went to funding uh, and continuing to fund the downfall of, or the attack on our government. But it is not going to hold, and this filing, it's going to be huge. It's going to be explosive. And I'm so fascinated to see, how it unfolds in real time. But that's what my guides say about it. It's very damning. I'm going to ask them, is just to make sure, I'm going to use my pendulum. It just isn't Marjorie Taylor Greene and Boebert and Cotton and Comer. There's these creatures, that there's low-lying creatures, um, nefarious actors, bad actors, which is what I'm going to call this video anyway. Yeah, these bad actors. That's the best descriptive. Yes, they're all going to have to uh, face the music, so to speak. Everything's coming to light, and this is part of it. This filing. But there's more. There's more. There's more. Where you think, just like I said before, when you think it's kind of like died down, no, boom, a whole nother filing is introduced. Oh my goodness, they've been busy. Jack Smith's been busy. Department of Justice has been busy with this. Okay, you guys, I'm now going to go to our Oracle reading. Oh, I voted. I early voted here in Michigan. I was so excited. It was the most wonderful thing to find a drop-off box near me and and drop it in. Oh, it's the most wonderful feeling to have voted. Everybody vote early. That's what uh, the Democratic Party wants you to do, and everybody, whoever you vote for, we need to keep our democratic process. So vote, but vote as soon as you can, as soon as you can. That really helps us, because you know how, like, the GOP want to do is on the day of the voting. Uh, I think that like they're well the red wave, kind of which was a total line illusion. That if it looks like there's more on the day itself, not that you should vote on voting day, and some people would rather do that, but it gives it can give in the past anyway the upper hand to the GOP to say, look, like we really are winning because more Republicans or more Trump's got more votes than in this case, Harris. But if we all vote early, that's less likely to be able to happen. But I truly believe it's not even close. Yeah, and here in Michigan, no, it's not close at all. The Democrats and the Republicans who are supporting Harris and Walz, uh, yeah, it's big. It's a big deal here. It's a big deal, and Michigan is not. I don't believe it will be close. It's going to go for Harris in a big way. That's my prediction. Oh, okay. I can ask my guys. Oh, yep, absolutely. Okay, so here we are with the Oracle card, and the card that was chosen by the guys is Wisdom. So, wisdom. Wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something you aren't seeing and know that you might need to research more thoroughly. Wisdom is gathered, but it takes time. Learn from your experience. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you're uncertain. I use my knowledge and my experience to make a wise decision. It is often said that the body has its own innate vision. If healthy, it just knows what to do and does what it needs to do to keep us alive and moving without thinking too much about it. Most of the time, we aren't aware of trying to keep our heart beating or breathing when we're asleep. Similarly, we have this innate reasoning system, intuition, that allows us to get answers or receive information uh, without conscious thinking. It's that feeling of uh, knowing or a hunch of information or insight that is just there. Some people believe this is the wisdom that we receive from the divine, from our guardian angels. This is a very old kind of wisdom that sits in a very old part of the brain. Then there is the gathering of knowledge and experience and what we discern and learn from it. If the result has acuity, if it has resonance, if it's successful in the real world and good in sense and perception, it's most probably wise. The getting of wisdom takes time, and usually we can be impatient for it. We might cut corners and not see the role we take in our own poor, or sorry, the role that we take in our own decision making. To me, though, as modern people, we have a millennia of wisdom to assist in helping us. Human history has some very wise people starring in it, and some not so wise. Gathering wiser people around us is, in fact, one of the wisest things anyone of us can do with our lives. We cannot always know it all, and a wise mentor or friend can not only save us from a poor decision, but also demonstrate how to be wise if we aren't quite there yet. And I think it's a work in progress. It's just Melissa. you know, uh, there's a saying, wisdom belongs to the wise. So it's just we're always gathering wisdom all our whole lives. So that's our oracle card. Okay, you guys, I'm available for personal readings. My information is below in the description box and at the end of the musical interlude, which is coming up shortly. I love you. Take care and vote. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.